All right, let's go ahead and get started. My name is Melissa Cruz. Welcome to today's HLA Showcase webinar, Enable Captions on Your Existing Phone Number with the Nagish mobile app. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to start off by giving you all some tech tips. So to see captions on this webinar, you're going to need to click on the CC icon and click on Show Subtitles. To change the font size, you're going to do that in your subtitle settings. To view a full transcript in a separate window, you're going to open a new window in your browser. You're going to paste the stream text URL into the browser. The stream text URL is in the chat box. And then you're going to resize your window so you see both the stream text window and also the Zoom window. We're going to use the chat feature for technical issues and the panelists today. If you'd like to ask a question, please use the Q&A icon. We'll be using this feature to facilitate questions and answers after the presentation. If you've joined by computer, the presentation should be in the side-by-side mode. The slides are going to be on the left and the panelists should be on the right in gallery view. You can change the size of your side-by-side view by hovering between the two screens and moving the gray bar to adjust to your desired size. If you've joined by mobile device or phone or iPad, your view may be slightly different and you may have to scroll between the views in order to get to your desired one. Just a disclaimer that HLA does not endorse any products featured in this webinar. HLA is providing an educational opportunity to learn about new products and opportunities and how they can benefit people with hearing loss. As I mentioned today, our presenter is Tomer. I'm sorry, from Nagish, and I will turn over the presentation to him. Thank you, Tomer.
Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for coming today. I'm Tomer. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Nagish. And before I get started, I actually want to quickly share my screen. So I have some slides for today. So just very quickly, before I get started, I want to talk a bit about what we're going to see today. So first, I'm going to explain what Nagish is. You're probably wondering about the funny name, so don't worry, we'll explain that as well. I'm going to talk about some of the key features that Nagish has to offer, and then we'll finish with a live demo and a Q&A session. So let's get started. What is Nagish? Nagish means accessible in Hebrew, and that's exactly what we're doing. We're making communication more accessible to people who are deaf, hard of hearing, or to people with speech impediments. We are doing this using the Nagish mobile app, which is a phone app that replaces the native phone app on your device and allows you to place and receive captioned calls. You might be asking, how is this different than other captioning apps that I've used in the past? So before I show you the live demo and exactly how Nagish works and how intuitive it is, I want to quickly go over some of the key features that Nagish has to offer. So first of all, and I think it's important to mention, Nagish is 100% free. We don't charge our users, and we will never charge our users. So you can rest assured that Nagish is staying free. Our solution is based on AI, artificial intelligence, meaning that there are no interpreters or captioning assistants on the call. Everything is 100% private and secure. No one has access to your calls beside you and the person you're communicating with. Because Nagish is running on AI, artificial intelligence, it's extremely fast and extremely accurate. When you use it, you'll be surprised by how accurate it is, even though the captions are fully automated. In addition, to make it even more accurate, we have a personal dictionary feature, which allows you to index words such as names of places and people, so that Nagish will always get them right. A great example is my name, Tomer. It's an Israeli name, not a word in English. And still, because I indexed it in my Nagish system, our algorithm can get it right every single time. In addition, we support Bluetooth devices such as hearing aids, cochlear implants, and a various range of loudspeakers and other listening devices to make your communication preferences more accessible and more personalized. With our app, you can listen by hearing, you can hear the other side, and you can also rely on captions. You'll see that the latency is so minimal that captions and audio come in at the exact same time. You can also communicate either using your voice by speaking or by typing on your device's keyboard. Nagish has a built-in keyboard in the view of the conversation. So whenever you don't want to speak using your voice, or maybe you're not well understood, you can just pull up the keyboard, type whatever you want to say, and then go back to speaking using your voice or just communicate using the keyboard at any given time. We also have custom and quick responses, which allows you to reply back quickly without having to type full sentences. As I mentioned, for us, it's very important to personalize the user experience based on your needs. If you're already signed up to Nagish, you might have noticed that we ask you a set of questions during the registration process. We may ask you, how do you like to communicate? How do you like to listen? What kind of voice tone do you want to have? Or how would you describe your own voice tone? Using your answers, our algorithm adapts the app experience for your needs. So it's always the best experience for what you need. In addition, we support number linking, which allows you to keep your existing phone number. So instead of maintaining two numbers, one for your captioning app and one for texting, you can simply, with one tap of a button, link your existing number to Nagish and receive all your calls in the Nagish app immediately captioned. That's also through to our voicemail, which is transcribed using our technology and allows you to play messages or read them without having to call any numbers. Just in the app, you can see all your messages and you can read them right away. The last thing that I want to mention before we jump into the demo is that we also have a built-in spam filter. So you can rest assured that you're not getting any calls from telemarketing agencies, robocalls, or anyone that is not wanted in your contact list. With that, I'm going to pause my screen sharing for a second and move over to sharing my iPhone screen. Great. So just so you get a sense of what you're currently seeing on the screen, this is the Nagish app. And actually, let me stop for a second and reshare it just so, okay. So you are currently seeing the Nagish app on my iPhone. For me, that's what I use for my phone. And as you can see, it looks and feels exactly the same as your native phone app. I'm currently on the dialer. I can call any number. I can also call any one of my contacts. And I can call one of my recents. In addition, I have my voicemail. And if I tap a message, I can read a transcript right here on my screen. And you can see that it says, hey, this is a voicemail. I can also play it, and then I will hear it says whatever is transcribed. In addition, I can activate some of the key features that I just mentioned through the settings tab. So you can see that I can choose my call preferences. I can choose my language, first of all. So we support several languages, including English, Hebrew, Spanish, French, and Japanese. I can choose my voice, my tone of voice, assuming I'm using the keyboard to communicate. So we support a masculine voice, a feminine voice, and a gender neutral voice. And we're planning to add more personalized voices. I can add words to my personal dictionary. So now I edit names of some of the people on our team, such as Yael, Alon, and Shaked, were all not American names. Still, Nagish gets them right because I was able to add them to my personal dictionary. And I can also add my own name here. I can also choose my default settings. So whether I want to communicate using my voice or using my device's keyboard, and whether I want to hear by reading captions, by hearing through a loudspeaker or a listening device, or by a combination of captions and a loudspeaker. I can choose if I want to hide profanities, and I can choose if I want to block or unblock spam calls. I mentioned that you can link your number to Nagish. You can see here below that there are 2 phone numbers on the screen. That's because I chose to link my number. With a single tap of a button, I can turn it on and off. Caller ID is for outgoing calls, and link my number is for incoming calls, meaning that all of my calls are going out of Nagish and into Nagish. So I don't have to worry about maintaining 2 phone numbers. And that's it. It's as simple as that. So now I'm going to call, as you can see, I'm calling a lot of customer support these days. I'm going to call United Airlines one more time so you can see what the call experience looks like. And I'll put it on speaker so you can hear.
Thanks for calling United Airlines. Is this your first name spelled D-O-M-E-R?
And I just replied using the keyboard.
All right. Thanks. How can I help you? You can say flight status, mileage plus account servicing, or for everything else, including reservations and award travel, say representative.
And I can also speak using my voice. So I can say, I would like to book a flight.
Sorry, please choose flight status, mileage plus account servicing, or for everything else, including reservations and award travel, just remain on the line.
Flight status.
All right, flight status.
And that's how it works. When you finish the call, you can hang up and you can access the transcript of the conversation. We're now also working on a feature that will allow you to save the transcripts so you can later access them and share them with friends, family, and other people so you can always remember what you said and what the other side said. As you can see, in most of the conversations on Nagish, we're getting to almost 100% accuracy rate. It's extremely accurate and extremely fast. With that, I'm happy to jump over to some Q&A.
Thank you so much. We've got already one question. Can you explain how to do the configuring, such as adding names once my profile is already set up? I still need to do this, but didn't know how to do it in the beginning. How do I reach the edit screen?
Yeah, absolutely, Gary. And it's good to see you on the call. You go to settings. There's a settings tab in the app. You tap on call preferences. You tap on language and tone. And there you will see your personal dictionary. That's where you can add any words that you use often. And you will see that on the next call. If we haven't got them right before, you'll see that we get them right the next time.
Great. Is the Nagish app available on different devices such as tablets and laptops in addition to smartphones?
Yes. So for now, we're available on Android and iOS devices, including tablets, assuming they have a SIM card. We're also working on a web version of the app that will allow you to place and receive calls from a PC or any tablet, and also to join Zoom meetings, Microsoft Teams meetings, and Google Meet meetings.
Okay, because yeah, that was another question. Will Nagish also work if you call into Zoom or Google Meet?
Yeah, so you can still use our app to dial into a meeting and get captions of the meeting, but we also have an add-on specifically for that. It's currently in beta testing with some large companies that use it to interview and hire deaf and hard of hearing talent, and we're planning to make it available at some point this year to everyone.
Okay. Does Nagish work with Apple CarPlay?
It should work with Apple CarPlay. Yes. If you're having issues with that, because I don't believe we did a lot of testing with Apple CarPlay, please reach out to our support and we'll make sure it works better.
Could I converse with a deaf, low vision person? I am low vision, hard of hearing.
Yes, so we worked very closely with the Helen Keller Institute for the Deafblind, and we made the app available for people using screen readers, braille displays, and other assistive devices. So the app should be fully accessible for deaf/low vision or for deafblind people. However, if you ever find something that is not accessible, please reach out to our support. We're always looking to work with the community to make the app as accessible as we can.
Great. How long is the voicemail history maintained?
It's maintained forever on your device. If you delete it, it's deleted forever. So we don't store anything and we cannot access any part of your call.
If someone calls you, it will automatically go into Nagish, correct?
Assuming you enable number linking, yes.
Okay. Since the service is free, how are you funded?
It's a great question. So we're funded through two main ways. First of all, we have an enterprise solution that I just mentioned. So larger corporations and companies are paying us to use our services so they could hire, work with, and answer calls from deaf and hard of hearing customers. And we recently applied for FCC certification. Now, it's important to mention we're not yet certified, but we hope to get certified soon and be able to keep running.
Great. Is the transaction reliant on ASR technology?
Yes, we develop our own ASR technology. For those who don't know what ASR is, that's automated speech recognition. And this is how we provide the captions.
Why do you ask for the last 4 digits of someone's social security number to download the app?
So if you ever used a captioning app before or a captioning service, you know that most providers are required to ask for certain information. We ask for the last 4 digits of the social security to verify that you're a real human and to prevent fraud, but we never make any use of this information and we store it to the highest security standard.
When will Nagish be available in Israel and in Hebrew?
Coming very soon. So it was actually available in Israel. We had to temporarily pause it because we wanted to reach the same accuracy levels as we can reach in English. And we're hoping to release a new version in Israel in the coming month.
Great. If I don't want captioning when someone calls, can I override it?
Absolutely. You can turn off the captions with Nagish and it will just operate as a regular phone.
Someone's saying something about could another person ask a question soon? I'm reading through the Q&As that people are typing into the Q&A box. So if you have questions, please go ahead and type your questions into the Q&A box. Will listeners hear equally good as using directly a phone?
Yes, the audio quality should be exactly the same.
I'm not sure if other folks have other, oh, looks like we're getting some more questions. Hang on. Can calls be bilingual? Will it be possible to have mixed language conversations, say English and Hebrew?
Yes, Gary, that's a great question. This is something we're working on. It requires a lot of research. And the goal would be to be able to detect a language just from listening to the speech and being able to provide high quality captions in more than one language. I'm assuming it will take us a few more months to get there, but it's definitely on the horizon.
I hear that sometimes there's a 2 to 3 second delay when someone calls.
I'm not aware of the delay. I know with phone calls, there can always be delay, even with regular calls, depending on the signal of the person who's calling or your signal, but I'm not aware of any delays for incoming calls.
All right. Why is it that sometimes my phone doesn't ring when I get a call?
We'll have to look into your phone settings. I'm not sure if you mean when you're using Nagish or in general, but usually when that happens, it's due to settings of your device.
Okay. Would it be possible for a user to switch between speaking and typing during the same call?
Absolutely, yes. So we have users who are completely deaf and they only use the keyboard to communicate. We have users who are hard of hearing and only use their voice to communicate. And we have users who mostly use their voice, but only use the keyboard once in a while when they need to. So the answer is yes.
Okay. Someone's asking about when the recorded session will be available. All of our webinars are recorded and they are available on the HLAA website, hearingloss.org, 2 to 3 weeks after the webinar. So this one will be there as well. How are text messages differentiated from calls?
So text messages require the other side to also be able to text, where calls allows you to pick up calls whenever, even when you don't expect them, and also call places such as restaurants, call centers, and wherever you place your calls.
Will the other person on a call get a notification prior to the call starting?
No, so for the hearing side or the non-assisted side of the conversation, they will just get a regular phone call. So they can pick it up. You can choose if you want to let them know that you're a deaf or hard of hearing person, or you can customize your message. I actually haven't showed this during my demo, but if you launch Nagish and start a call, you can see that you have 3 buttons on top of the keyboard, and they allow you, one of them says intro, one of them says please wait, and the third one says please repeat. And if you tap them, they pre-fill your chat message with a pre-filled message that allows you to announce that the conversation is assisted.
Okay. Can two people use this in the same room from one phone to another?
Technically speaking, yes. From what I know, and yet we're not yet FCC certified, but for FCC certified providers, I believe you're not allowed to place calls when you're in the same room. So we don't encourage that, but technically speaking, you could call one person to another if you're both in the same room and read captions.
How do you secure users' data? Can we have only our first name on the screen?
Yes, so people don't see your name when you call them. We don't share your data with anyone else. We only ask for your name for verification purposes. So we ask that you provide your full name so we could verify you as a real person living in the US, but we're not using this data and we're storing all of our data at the highest possible standards.
This person says they have a problem that they think might be unique to them. The person I call cannot hear me as if my microphone is muted. This is not unique to Nagish. I think I have the same problem with InnoCaption. Okay. However, my microphone is working because it works well with live transcribe. Must be a setting on my iPhone that I do not understand any idea. That sounds like that's actually more of an iPhone versus a app question. So that may not be something that you can really answer
Yeah,
here.
I mean, it sounds to me like a permission issue. When you sign up to a captioning service such as Nagish or such as other services, usually the first thing that you're asked to do is to share permissions with the app. One of these permissions is sharing microphone access. Make sure that your permissions are on so that Nagish and other apps could access your mic and then people will hear you.
Okay. Can this version of Nagish use numbers? For example, many robo messages say, if you want X, press 1, if you want Y, press 2. When I used an earlier version of Nagish, I couldn't complete such questions because the app didn't register the numbers to the robocaller.
Yes, absolutely. So when you're on a call, there are 4 options. One of them is speaker, one of them is mute, one of them is keyboard, and the last one is keypad. If you choose keypad, Nagish will transcribe the number that you dial in into an automated system, and it will ensure that it works with any type of automated system.
Okay. If I sign up for Nagish and then want to terminate it, is there any problem with that?
Not a problem at all. The only thing I would recommend is if you link your number to Nagish, before you delete your account, I would recommend that you unlink your number just to make sure that you don't miss any calls.
Someone is saying, I already have a very good call blocking app on my phone. Would Nagish link into that so it's aware of what numbers have been blocked already, or would the Nagish blocking function have to start from scratch?
It's a great question. If you reach out to support, we could potentially import your RoboBlocker app numbers into Nagish. But on itself, I believe that if you switch to the Nagish code blocker, you will have to start from scratch.
Okay. Do both callers need to have the Nagish app? How would it work if calling businesses?
No, so that's what's nice about Nagish. It's just a regular phone for the other side. So you can call anyone with a phone number. They don't need to install anything and they don't need to be prepared for your call.
I see it's ongoing that you're working on adding other languages. In Washington, there are a lot of Asian languages spoken, such as Mandarin, Cantonese. What languages are you currently working to develop?
So we're usually adding more languages based on demand. We're certainly open to adding more languages. Unfortunately, because we're developing our own captioning engines, it's not as easy to add languages as with other engines, but we could potentially use an external engine for a specific language if there's a need for that. Chinese is definitely a language that is widely spoken, and I'm assuming we'll add it in some point in the near future.
Okay. Can I open and register the app from my laptop, or does it have to be from a phone?
Right now, you have to register from a phone. If you have an issue registering from your phone, you can reach out to our support through our website, which you can see on the screen, and I'll be happy to help you register.
Okay. How will folks know when the Israeli version is ready?
So usually we have a list of all the people in Israel who are interested in using our app. You can send us an email at hello@talknagish.com and we can add you to the list and let you know when the app is available in your country. This is true, by the way, for any country. So if you want to use Nagish outside of the US or Canada, and it's not currently available, you can send us an email, we'll add you to the wait list, and we will let you know as soon as it's available.
Okay. Is there a more detailed user manual available on the web?
Yes, we have a knowledge base on our website. If you go to talknagish.com, you can go to frequently asked questions, and it's divided by categories with questions and answers, and a lot more instructions of things you can do. We're constantly updating it, so if something is missing, please let us know. We'll help you with it right away, and we'll add it to our knowledge base.
Okay. Well, we are getting towards the end here. I think we've got a couple more questions. Well, we've got several more questions, but we only have time for a couple more. Timur, if we send you the outstanding questions, would you be able to answer those and we could put them up on the website with the recording of the webinar?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
And also, if you didn't get an answer, just shoot us an email or reach out to us through our live chat option, and I'll be online personally to answer your questions. So feel free to reach out.
Okay. Well, let's just go ahead. We've still got a couple more and we've still got a couple more minutes, but how can I use Nagish in conference call settings?
Also a great question. You can dial with Nagish into Zoom or other solutions and have a conference call. You can also dial into a conference call. We don't currently support maintaining your own conference call, but it will come soon.
Okay. And does it work with video apps such as WhatsApp?
Unfortunately, WhatsApp specifically doesn't give access to its calls. Just like Nagish, it's end-to-end secured, so we cannot caption them. However, we're working on finding a solution, so hopefully we'll have something in the coming year.
Okay. And if we subscribe to Nagish and need technical support, what number can we call, or can we only ask for tech via your website?
We have our customer support number on our website. The best thing to do is usually to use our live chat option.
Okay. Well, wonderful. Thank you so much. We really enjoyed hearing about it and having you present with us. As I mentioned, all of the webinars, including this one, go up on the HLAA website, which is hearingloss.org. It will be up there. It does include captions. And if your questions didn't get answered today, as I mentioned, I'll send these on to Tomer and he will answer those and we will put those up with the webinar when we put that up. It does take us a couple of weeks to get it all up, but it will be there. And thank you so much for joining us today, Tomer.
Thank you so much for having me. It was my pleasure.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.